What follows is a low-stakes conversation between two friends about American politics, social issues, and current events. There will be factual inaccuracies. There will be incoherent opinions. There might even be some kissy noises. Just roll with it and come out the other side with a new understanding about what it takes for a non-voter to care about, anything at all. No arguments, no debate. Just perspective. That sounds fun, right? Hello? Hey, where are you going? Wait, hold on. I really think you'd like it. We worked really hard.
Now, listen.
Oh, good.
The longer this goes, the longer you make me wait for chocolate shakes. Keep that in mind.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Why do you always gotta guilt me into this shit? Asshole. Hey, guys. Welcome to episode 11 of A Night for a Non-Voter. I'm Matt, and that's Rocky. There he is. You want to say something besides
Here I am.
This is episode 11. How do you feel?
Matt is worried about my well-being. Asked if I lived a cursed life before we started recording. He had to sit me down and talk to me and be like, "Listen, bud, you all right?
Hey, I'm worried
how
about
you been?"
You sound like you don't want to mow lawns, and you're mowing lawns.
Well, who does?
Do you want to pay me $10 a month to do that?
I'll pay you $15 if you bring your dad and just let him sit on a lawn chair on the front lawn and drink iced tea and watch you.
He'll be like a garden gnome.
Doing good, Matt.
With him.
Doing good.
All right, let's get back into this.
That's my boy.
You want to recap for people for new listeners just real quick? Or who you are?
My name is Rocky. I'm 33, straight white male, no affiliation to anything political, hates mowing lawns, waiting on a chocolate shake.
That Matt's keeping me from. Let's get this shit over with.
Loves
Asshole.
vagina. Love the sweet, sweet nectar of vagina. Drink it up. Put it in my shake. I put on cologne today. Okay,
you want me to pat you on the back? I don't know what you want from me for that bit of info.
I'll still give you information.
The fake goal is to get you to register to vote, and the real goal is to learn how to be less stressed, like you are.
Oh, yeah.
Reasonably. Hey, so after 10 episodes, I feel like maybe you deserve a break.
Thanks, pal. Appreciate it.
You know, topic-wise, you remember how I used to do this with anime? Once in a while, I'd throw you a bone.
You throw me some sweet tits.
Yeah, some tits, or
some
whatever
gore, yeah.
So we're going to talk about areolas today now.
Finally. An entire hour on areolas.
Just that. No other aspect of breasts.
No. No nipples or tits or anything.
We're going to talk about video games.
Ooh.
Yeah, and the reason why Rocky made that Simpsons noise is because video games are probably the most important form of media.
It's how we met.
And I know this is a bit out of the blue and doesn't seem to relate to politics, but within video game, well, there is fuck it.
Rocco needs a break.
I could just say fuck it, but also there is plenty to say about the social aspect of games, the business part of games.
I guess.
So we're not going to talk about how great Castlevania is. Sorry, we're going to talk about
all right.
all of the shit that revolves around games. That people who make video games and game culture, terrible, and ugly, and mean, and shitty stuff that I've always brought
Freddy
up to
Fishy.
you. One more time,
like Freddy Fishy.
What's Freddy Fishy?
What's that guy's name? It's like Fishy. Freddie
what
Fishy.
The fuck?
His last name's Fishy.
I have no fucking clue.
Danny Fishy.
Danny Fishy. I don't know.
He made Fez.
Danny Fishy.
What's Freddie Fishy?
Phil Fish.
Oh, not Fishy. Oh.
Danny Fishy. Here we go.
Freddie Carp. Is that you?
As usual, all the stuff we're about to talk about tends to revolve around anti-gay people, anti-women people, and really greedy people.
Anti-women people are my favorite.
Every topic we've covered seems to cover people who hate gays, hate women, and love money.
Yeah.
And then mask it with some sort of excuse, some sort of hashtag they hide behind.
Or some sweet cologne.
Okay, mask your ugly stink. What? All right.
It is
So,
ugly.
Bragi, happy E3 week.
Thank you.
Any highlights from this year's E3 for you?
Rage 2 looks like it's going to fill the hole in my heart that Fallout 76 is going to leave me with.
Oh, yeah. It did look pretty fun.
It
Crazy.
looks like Rage 1, but like way more lighthearted and fun. It's just big, dumb, and loud.
Lighthearted, shoot it. Yeah.
That's it.
Is that?
That's what I got.
Okay, well, here's a fun game. What else was announced? Did you pay attention at all this year? Because you barely ever pay attention to E3.
Yeah, not just when I seen from social media, people like, oh my god, I can't, something about Assassin's Creed Origins or some shit.
Odyssey,
or like
it's just
Odyssey or something into the O. I don't fucking know.
Okay, there's a new Smash that looks like just a port for the Switch.
Yeah, it's like the Mortal Kombat trilogy.
Yes, exactly. I was thinking the same thing.
Mortal Kombat. It's all
Ultimate.
of the characters from it's all the characters from all the games.
But it's still the same graphics and the same everything.
Hopefully, it's like all the same stages and shit because they took out greens and that bummed me out.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So there's 3 main stories that are like the controversies this year because every year has some
controversy this year.
Always, there's always some shit. Or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something that was announced or something that happened. So I'm going to run through these with you because they're very modern and recent. They just happened. Ready?
Okay.
So first thing, I'll start with the easiest one. People are very upset that Waluigi is not in the new Smash.
Was he ever, though? It's not really...
No.
Yeah, fuck that. It's like a collection of previous games. It's not a brand new game. It's like an Ultimate Edition. That's why it's called
They put in Ridley
Ultimate.
from Metroid.
Wasn't he in it before, though?
No,
not like as a playable character.
So the argument is like, why didn't you fucking put him in?
But why?
And they're getting
why is
mad at
Luigi
Nintendo.
so like fucking?
He's a meme character now. You know what I mean? Kids love him because he's meme.
He's not really requested. He just wants. They just want their favorite meme to be in the game.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. Well, fuck that.
That's why it's the first one. That's stupid. Next one. You know Fortnite? You know about that game?
Yeah.
It's like real popular.
I don't know shit about it, but I know it's huge.
By the way, it's free. Just came out on Switch, like the day it was announced.
Yeah.
And you're not allowed to transfer your save games from PS4 to Switch.
Okay.
That's it.
Oh. Okay.
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 That's this year's controversies.
Well, I mean, could you ever do that? Any cross-platform, like ever?
I guess you could do PC to Switch with that, like your account. I guess.
Okay, well, you can't do it. Big fucking deal. It's not like it's a shocker. I mean, you can't do that with most systems.
Remember we did that with GTA Online? We went 360 to PC with our characters.
Yeah, but they because Rockstar offered that service.
Wouldn't you be mad, though, if you couldn't bring your character over?
Sure, I'd be furious.
Perfect. Okay, last one, and here's kind of the big one, which will lead us into the main point of this episode even existing on our podcast.
They made a black-only Mario Tennis.
How progressive, or is it?
Every character's a black version of themselves.
I would actually buy and play that. Oh,
That'd be
my God.
amazing.
Mario Tennis Aces did get released.
Yeah.
Ho. Okay, back to what I was saying before that. Last of Us 2 had a big trailer announcement thing.
Did it?
Yeah, Last of Us Part 2.
That went under my radar.
It's a very good trailer. Lots of neck stabbing and whatnot.
That's the one with the little girl and Joel, right?
Right, but she's grown up now.
Yeah.
And she's a sexy
them
masculine
tits.
lady. She's like 19 or 20 at
Let me
this
take a
point
look
in the
at her.
game.
What's her name again?
Type in Ellie Adult.
Oh, yeah. She's a little cutie
She's
pie
got like
now.
the little scar on her eyebrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway. So the trailer, it started out with a bang. It was like the first thing Sony showed at their press conference.
She's kissing
This
another
trailer.
girl?
Right, do you see the picture?
Yeah, see, I'm looking at the picture right now.
She's dancing and she kissed the girl, and it was confirmed for the second time that she's lesbian, right?
What was the first time in the first game?
It was in the DLC of Last of Us 1.
Oh, wow.
She as a 14-year-old, she kisses another 14-year-old girl.
Oh, yeah.
Sexy, I know.
Well, I can add, though, when I kiss a 14-year-old, it's rough.
Yeah.
Why is it looked down on?
So that kiss, as you might imagine, made people's panties twist up into their
what
assholes.
fucking year is it? Come on!
I know. And so immediately, if you read anything ever, it's right-wing people saying, Naughty Dog's putting in the feminist pro-lesbian...
They're pushing their agenda on us.
Their agenda, that's the word. And then left-wing people try to argue with them and be like, well, it's about time, and she already was lesbian, blah, 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 blah. And so there's a lot of BS going along with that, including the idea that the only gay people you're seeing in media are women because it's much easier for people to swallow than two men kissing.
Okay.
So it's like non-threatening.
Yeah. Well, beard to beard is,
Not that again. We're not going down that road.
I
So how do you feel about
gay beard.
Ellie kissing the lady in the trailer?
I'm super fucking pissed.
So anyway, that's this year's collection of bullshit.
Yeah.
For you. I'm keeping you up to date. You're welcome.
Thanks, pal.
Whatever I can do. Okay, so let me get this out of the way because this is probably the thing you're going to bring up no matter what. Rocky Lacio, the sweet boy man I'm talking to right now.
Thank you.
The sweet angel. He believes in, I don't know how to put this. You love to pirate video games.
Yeah, I'm a big old nasty, gross pirate.
Yeah. And you have been ever since I met you, and I'm sure way before that.
Yeah, I remember you called it the dark side of gaming.
When I first met you, yeah, because I was a fucking...
It's adorable.
My panties were in my hole. I had problems. I
feel like I'm in like the dark side of gaming.
Oh God! Please don't. Why do you got to remember the worst shit I've ever said and then throw it in my face?
Because I didn't realize it was like dark until you mentioned it. I'm like, oh, maybe I'm doing something wrong.
No. Well, Well, let me just ask you then.
Okay.
How do you justify, if at all, pirating games when you know that maybe some of those games, had teams of people who like deserve money for putting so much work?
Right. Of course.
How do you feel about it?
Well, let me just make it not so shitty.
Okay.
I will say this: when I download a game, for free, piracy, I don't pay for it because I have bills and I have things that I have to pay for. I don't have to pay for a game. It's that simple.
So because it can be free,
yeah,
of course you're going to take that option, right?
Of course. I mean, I do have over 1,100 Steam games that I did pay for,
right.
Mostly through bundles, gift cards from Christmas, whatever.
Well, the easiest way to buy a game, you'll buy a game.
Yeah,
it's $1.
I will pay for a game if it's greatly reduced. Usually they're like indie games. If I'll pay for the console games unless, it's PS2 or Xbox 360. Those are safely modded. But I gotta pay for Xbox One game because Xbox One isn't pirated yet, so I'll gladly pay $60+ for an Xbox One game if
You will?
Yeah, I have.
But full price? What games?
I bought Mass Effect Andromeda when it came out.
You don't even wait for a sale?
No, it's just weird because I haven't even played it yet.
And I heard it was a piece of shit on top of that.
No, I don't want to talk about that. I love Mass Effect.
No.
I haven't been disappointed yet.
Wait. Back up. $60.
I know.
I can't picture this.
I lived and learned, okay?
Who the fuck are you?
I paid full price for Mass Effect Andromeda. It doesn't matter what game it is, let's be honest.
I just feel bad for you.
I paid $60 for a game and I haven't played it yet. And if I waited and bought it like now, it would have been like a third of that price.
Or $10.
Or $10.
Cursed life.
It's something I don't really feel bad about.
Okay. Well, let me play devil's advocate. The argument is that
I know it's shitty. I realize
especially the indie games, that's the thing. A corporation, fine, steal from EA, they can handle the loss of money.
Yeah.
Do you pirate and would you pirate really small scale indie games?
No, because usually those are like cheap. You can find those in a bundle eventually.
Okay, so
I'll gladly pay like anything like $20 and under.
I was going to ask that. I was like, what's the reasonable price? If it's a solidly built,
more than like 4 hours, a little indie game. But if it's like a $60 fucking EA game or whatever, nah.
Well, fuck EA. We're going to get into why companies like that suck.
Yeah.
But okay, well, there's an argument about one of your favorite consoles, I think, is that it's claimed that because the Dreamcast was so easy to pirate for, that's what killed it.
And it's still alive. It's not killed.
Well, you know what I mean?
It's kind of killed.
Sega doesn't care about it. You know what I mean? It's gone.
Yeah, but it's funny because games are still being like made for it. Like
by like super hardcore indie people.
Yeah, which is fucking weird.
What do you think about the idea that a console can maybe die if it's pirated too hard? A good console. A thing that had promise.
Right. It just sucks that the exploit was so overlooked that it's kind of their fault.
So
Like,
you
it was
took
such a
advantage of it.
huge fucking exploit. So if it's poorly built and,
deserved
poorly
it, is that what you're
exploited,
saying?
it's gonna happen.
Ugh.
And, you can't really do anything about it.
Well, you could have. You knew about the exploit, but you could have chose to buy Dreamcast games.
That wouldn't have mattered.
Well,
What am I going to do? Personally keep the Dreamcast afloat?
Yeah, it's your fucking fault. No, what if like hundreds of thousands of people did the same thing you did and said, all right, we'll buy the occasional Dreamcast game. It would have lasted maybe another year. Maybe.
Think of it logically that most people, they're not going to choose to pay. Back then, Dreamcast games were also like $50, $60. They're not going to choose to pay that. And they can easily buy a spindle of 50 CDRs for like $30.
I know.
And have 50 Dreamcast games for $30.
But it's also like, why choose to do that if your favorite console at the time is going to die because of it, potentially?
It's got to ride the wave, baby. You can't look at the end game.
So fuck the Dreamcast.
You got to ride the wave, yeah.
Sorry, Dreamcast.
Keep the good times going in the present. Can't worry about the end of the tunnel. That's how I feel about life.
Put that on a fucking plaque.
Put on my tombstone in a year.
Yeah. Ooh, bye. Really cool indie companies do this. They say, any exposure is good exposure, even if it's pirated stuff, because that helps spreads the word.
It's true.
Of the company or of the game or of the franchise.
Right.
Like, there's a company called Devolver Digital. They put out Hotline Miami, for example.
Right.
And their opinion of all that stuff, of streaming, of copyright ID, is do what you want. And because of that, they've gained a lot of positive internet favor.
Yeah.
Like all the nerds on 4chan who are usually evil and terrible, they're like, we like Devolver Digital because they support piracy.
It's weird how that works, but that's how it is. Yeah.
It's almost as if they had to do that to play the game, or else they would have just sunk.
If you're like Maxis back in the day and try putting all this copyware protection and writing new
DRM shit
for like The Sims 1, then it's going to be fucking hugely pirated.
Right.
Because it's like it's basically saying to the pirates, like, see if you can crack this shit. Nah, nah, nah. And they're just like, all right, fine.
What would you do if a developer contacted you directly and said, hey, I saw that you downloaded my game for free. Can I have the $10 you owe me? $20 you owe me? $30 you owe me? What would you do?
Not respond to the email.
Why
would I give someone $10 for something I already have?
Because
I know I'm a huge shithead. I know how that sounds, but I mean,
like my brother is a musician and he loves it. He's so appreciative of what anyone buys his music on Bandcamp because he knows they can go out of their way easily pirate his music, no problem.
Yeah, of course.
Right? And so it's the idea that you're a real fan and you're being nice to another human being who's an artist by giving them $5 or $10. It's like a signal that, hey, I appreciate the work you did on this thing, this album you worked on for years or whatever, this game you worked on. Here's $10, here's $1, whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like a gesture almost to another human being.
Sure, yeah. But
you have bills to pay.
I realize that as I get older, I realize that I'm like one of the most selfish people I know. Like I genuinely do not give a shit about people's feelings or wants.
Wow.
I honestly don't. I don't.
Even people you like?
No. If it affects me, like if I piss off my girlfriend, I'm gonna have to deal with the consequences. But if I piss off some random game developer somewhere for stealing his game, there's no consequence. Because I can sleep at night and I don't have to deal with a pissed off person. Okay,
that's called not having a conscience.
Well, no, I don't have to. I can it's not like I go around like fucking kicking homeless people. Like fuck you. Like I'm a good person, I just don't. I'm just selfish.
It's the same idea of politicians voting or not voting on something and being like, oh, I got to go on recess because they're. They don't want to pick a side or they don't want... God damn it. I can't argue with that. Because you just told me you realized something negative about yourself and
And I mean, that's how I am. I realize that. I don't
is that where it ends? Just
Maybe I'll get older and I don't know, have a stroke of empathy, but I don't give a shit.
Stroke of empathy. That's the name of your fucking autobiography. And you suddenly switch and become a humanitarian and stop eating meat and shit.
Oh yeah, like give it a couple. Yeah, that's my midlife crisis. Give it 8 years.
Yeah, when you start hiking with me and my boyfriend.
Oh my god, that sounds like a nightmare.
When are you guys going out to hike in the 90-degree weather?
All right, let me get my backpack. I'll be right there.
It'll stick to my back the whole time. All right.
I acknowledge that it's shitty. It makes me probably if it's a scale like sexuality is being gay or straight. You know, it's like that 0 to 100. I know it pushes me over to the shitty person side a little bit, but I mean, at least I'm honest about it. I
guess it's something. I mean, but you know, I have pirated things too, but. Over time, I stopped because I realized Steam sales are everywhere. Then they're good.
Well, you do movies too, though.
I used to. I don't do movies anymore? Actually, never mind. I usually type in streaming HD Dunkirk. So I do pirate movies still. Yeah. Fuck.
Like if you want to talk just piracy in general, I have like a 1.5 terabyte hard drive just filled with movies. And it's not just movies. It's not just games. It's movies and, you know, books and comics and just everything. My Windows, it's got a little thing in the lower right corner. This Windows is not genuine because it came with Windows 10, and I was like, nope, and downgraded to a pirated version of Windows 7.
Yeah, that's what I did too. I actually forgot. Oh, and by the way, all of like the Premiere and Photoshop, everything I've used to make our channel.
Oh, the like the $500 programs, all pirated.
Yeah, they're very pirated.
Yeah.
But here's the argument there. It's big company versus little company or indie company. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
It's like, I don't feel so bad about stealing from Adobe. I would feel bad stealing from Devolver Digital.
Yeah.
Don't you? I guess is the argument.
Oh, me personally?
Or wouldn't you, like small versus big? Like, fuck big corporations. I agree. They have too much money. They're greedy. Fuck them. Mm-hmm. But at a certain point, you got to be like, well, maybe they do need the money. Or the idea is that if you give them money, they'll make more games like that. You know?
Do I have to be like that at a certain point? Because I don't think it's happened yet.
Did I phrase it like that?
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah.
Well, no, you don't, I guess. No, you don't. All right, let's move on to the shit you're going to roll your eyes at until your eyes fall out of your skull.
Let's get into the fucking social justice of the shit.
In 2014, this came up, and I remember during when this controversy happened, I remember trying to talk to you about it on camera on our Headache Heroes on our show, and you were like, what was that?
What
Who
channel?
Cares?
I mean, what challenge was this?
All of them, because it just happened throughout 2014.
Oh, yeah, I remember you busted my balls about soda.
No, it's not just not about. No, I'm talking about this specific controversy. It's called Gamergate. Does that ring a bell?
I've heard the phrase. I don't know shit about it right now.
Exactly. All right, so here's what I unfortunately have to do. I have to speed wrap it up for you.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. I like this word speed in this. Let's just get this going, sure.
Don't mute me. Okay.
I'm just going to put my headphones on and walk in the other room. Keep it going.
I'm going to try to go as quick as I can.
Okay.
A girl developed a game called Depression Quest.
Okay.
And put it out for free.
Ooh.
Okay?
Yeah.
Period. A girl, you don't even know her name.
Anita Sarkeesian.
You're getting there.
With that fine Jewish pussy.
Is Sarkeesian Jewish?
I don't know.
We're getting to that.
It's like a
you know that name, shit. But let me get to that point. Okay, the girl developed the game. Boom, put out for free.
Okay.
An ex-boyfriend of hers put up a Tumblr post all about her being cheating on him. The internet, 4chaners specifically.
Oh, good.
Picked up on the story or that
4chan.
Confessional about how she sucks and she cheated on him, whatever.
Yeah.
And spun it into a false story about her sleeping with game journalists from Kotaku to get better ratings on her free game, better reviews.
Yeah.
That is the origin of Gamergate, Rocky.
You've told me this before.
I've probably tried and then gave up halfway through.
Wow.
Because it's complicated and stupid. The reason why it's called Gamergate and the reason why it's a thing worth bringing up and why it has its own Wikipedia article is because that beginning turned into like hardcore harassment.
This game looks dumb as fuck, by the way.
Yeah, it is. It's bad. Don't worry about the game. You looked it up.
I did.
It's free. Don't worry about it. It's free. It turned into a years-long harassment of women in the games industry. I'm talking death threats, bomb threats, typical internet troll stuff that turned into real-life danger stuff.
And you've said you told me all this before.
Maybe.
None of this is ringing any bells.
This is 4 years ago when it started. Okay?
Oh, it's gone. Okay.
So that's what Gamergate is in a nutshell. It's a campaign against women, but disguised as collusion with journalists and game developers. Okay?
Yep.
So, now we got the base out of the way, that dumb bullshit. Some people say that is also the origin of where we are today with trolls, 4chan, and Trump. That the whole anti-establishment, anti-PC, anti-social justice warrior idea on the internet came from Gamergate.
I think they're giving Gamergate just a little too much credit.
You think so?
Shit. Yeah, come on.
People who organize on 4chan and whatnot to harass, for example, the Asian girl on Star Wars, harass her off of social media. People say it started here with this woman.
What are you talking about Asian Star Wars? What's going on?
Remember Rose in Star Wars Last Jedi?
No.
The fat Asian girl.
Oh, yeah. She wasn't fat.
Whatever.
She was cute.
Fine, she was cute. Cute Asian girl. She got bullied so hardcore last week from 4chaners that she quit all social media.
4chan sucks.
And then it was revealed that it was actually a targeted thing. They planned that. And then they put out a statement. They're like, we won. We got her off social media.
I can just imagine what fucking 4chan headquarters smells like.
Headquarters.
Cum.
That's the thing. There's
sweat.
It's all just 13-year-olds in Ohio.
Yeah.
Just beating off to hentai or whatever the fuck they do.
Ugh.
So anyway, people claim that maybe Trump got elected and all this alt-right stuff. We haven't done our alt-right episode, but it's coming. It came from Gamergate.
No.
No, you don't think so?
I think that's just an early example of it, but I don't think Gamergate should have that much credit.
Well, it dug into, and you mentioned Anita Sarkeesian, who does the Feminist Frequency YouTube channel. She had a big Kickstarter, and those angry white boys were upset that she made so much money off of Kickstarter and then began to death threat her to the point where she couldn't show up to do a speech about feminism in games or whatever because that university was getting bomb threats. See how far down the stupid rabbit hole goes?
It's retarded. And
then I brought up Phil Fish back when we did our Fez challenge.
Daniel Fishy?
It's Fishy Boy! This isn't a very funny one, is it? And I brought him up because he agreed with the girl who made Depression Quest. Like, leave her alone. He said that on Twitter. And they destroyed...
What's that girl's name?
Zoe Quinn. You don't look her up. Oh, God.
I'm going to.
Oh, no.
Can't stop me.
You're going to say... I know what you're going to say already. Go ahead.
What's the problem? Okay. What did you think I was going to say?
That she looks like she's a feminist twat.
No, she's not bad looking. I like her silvery hair.
That's the common thing they say. But if a girl has dyed hair, she's probably a feminist.
Oh, stop
bitch.
it.
That's what they say. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I don't. That's a dumb stereotype.
So even if you agree with them and you say it out loud, like, leave these women alone, Phil Fish did that. He got doxxed so hard that his bank account numbers and his social security number was put online.
Really?
On his own website. Yeah. I saw it myself. It posted on his website.
Wow.
Whew, I want to die after explaining that. I feel like
I want to go to bed.
All my time
fucking
doing that.
Snooze fest.
So let me just, before we move on to quicker shit, I promise. Well, what do you think about that mess that I just threw at you? It became such a thing, Rocky. It was the biggest news story for like 2 straight years.
I think maybe
I swear to God.
I don't know.
It really was. It was fucking everywhere all the time. See, I look at Polygon and I look at Destructoid. I look at these sites.
I think they were just big on those like sites, like those specific sites, because it was so fucking big. Like,
but these women are constantly getting harassed. That's a thing.
Still?
Yeah.
Oh, sucks to be a lady. Am I right?
Oh my God!
High five.
Cut that whole fucking part out. What did I think I was gonna get out of that? I just wanted to see what you thought, and I guess you just think it's stupid, which it is. But do you think it's all stupid?
It's silly. I just wish they didn't take the death threats so personally and seriously, because they're coming from kids.
What if they call your phone number and talk to you? This is what they did. They found out phone numbers of family members, too. I
think you're asking the wrong person, because I just talked to a telemarketer the other day for a half hour, just fucking with them.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It was like dinner time, and like dinner's like done. It's been done for like 10 minutes at this point. And my girlfriend's like, can you please fucking hang up? It's dinner. And that's the only reason why I had to cut it short. But I was on the phone fucking with these two Indian dudes for a half hour.
It was fun.
So fun.
You still have some, speaking of 4chan, you still have some of that blood still in you, I notice. The prankster who gets amused by fucking with people.
Of course.
Well, the problem is it goes so far with these other people, like they don't have a limit.
Well, there's got to be boundaries, sure.
Right, and I guess that's where you. God, you're so reasonable. Fuck.
God damn it, you and your logic.
You borderline 4chaner, you.
I stopped going to 4chan when I saw a fucking dog beat with a shovel. I'm like, nope. This is it. I literally threw my hands up. I'm like, I'm fucking done. Like
that's what it took,
the human beheadings I can take, but you fucking hurt an animal. I can't do animal abuse. Fuck that. Animal abuse makes me want to fucking crawl into a hole and die.
More than human abuse.
Oh, easily.
Oh my god. Well, hey, we got something to talk about on our animal cruelty episode.
Oh, good.
That's coming for you.
You can expect me to cry on that one.
Ooh, some emotion out of my borderline 4chaner. I like knowing your limits, though. That's fun. Yeah. Games have to be under $20, and dogs being beaten with a shovel, no. No.
You can't hit a dog with a shovel. My watch.
Okay. Inherent issues in the game industry. What do you think they are? Issues that have always been there or that have recently been there?
Well, piracy, of course. That's always going to be around, I think.
There you go. That seem to never go away. What do you think they are besides piracy that I'm going to bring up?
Maybe like politicians going after them for like gore, blood, nudity, language.
Okay.
I don't know. That's a hard question. Because like I don't feel like it's under attack as much as it was.
Well, let me clarify. You don't really care about the industry. When I say that word, what comes to mind? Industry.
Game industry. Like big name production lines and...
Well, like big companies, right?
Yeah, usually.
Like Capcom and shit?
Yeah.
Well, the first one is the one we just brought up with Gamergate. It's toxicity and all the shit that comes with being negative about games online. Specifically, I'm going to cover two things. Swatting.
Oh, yeah, that was a thing for a little while, right?
Remember I was really scared of swatting for a minute? Like, legitimately?
Yeah, you were like, I don't want to stream online because I don't want the FBI to kick at my dad's door.
Here's why. At the time, I was reading news stories. See, that's my problem. I read the fucking news.
You need to chill out. Stop taking everything so seriously.
So, you know how swatting works. You call somebody on a Twitch stream, or you call the cops on somebody on a Twitch stream, and you get SWAT teams to their house. Yeah. Somehow. How do you feel about that swatting?
You got to know their fucking address and shit, and...
Well, that's what they do is they call phone companies and they pretend like they're the person. Be like, "Oh, I forgot my password. Can you?" And they do phishing pretty much.
Oh wow,
as hackers do. Yeah, they find your address and they send a SWAT team to your house and get you on the ground, and then you might die.
Of course, it's fucking brutal. Like that's a prime example of going too far with like fucking with people and trolling people. It's not even funny. I mean, it's probably hilarious if you're watching it.
Here's what happened, though.
It sucks. I'm not going to act like I'm above it, but it sucks.
One of those times, they did swatting on someone, haha, prank, except they got the wrong house, and the guy was just sitting there watching TV, and like, what the fuck? And he went to reach for God knows what. I don't even think it was a gun. They killed the dude.
Probably a Bud Light.
They killed a random guy in Kentucky because this swatter person sent the SWAT team to the wrong house. Even if they sent them to the right house.
That sucks.
Swatting
is fucking lame. It's too far. It's way too far. Yeah, I couldn't. There's no
So that's
way.
an example of one online toxic thing that happens.
You think that still happens?
There's news stories occasionally recently where 14-year-olds do it and then they get put in juvenile detention because they did it, which is always at least satisfying because they're always crying at their court things.
Oh, yeah. They're little
like, Mommy!
pussies.
Like, literally, they turn into children because you just did a big boy thing that was very upsetting and horrible, and you have to face the consequences of it now.
Big boy thing.
A big boy thing being a criminal act.
Yeah.
Here's a sort of recent one. I don't know if you know about this, but review bombing.
No, what is that?
If you're upset at a game developer, I don't know why I'm using the word you. If some fucking 13-year-old fat fuck in Ohio is upset at a game developer for whatever goddamn reason, too progressive, games too pricey, who knows? you review bomb them. That what you do is you coordinate with your fat fuck buddies on that's how I
But
said
like
that.
Steam reviews or some shit.
Yeah, and you
Oh,
bomb and Metacritic, and you bomb the shit out of it with negative shit, so it seems to passersby who just click on it randomly that game is garbage.
Wow.
And therefore potentially lowering the sales of the game.
Yeah.
Woo, how you feel about that one?
I never even heard of that, but it's coordinated shitheads. I don't think it's nearly on the scale of swatting, since if your shit is good enough, the good reviews will rise anyway. But like, if all you're seeing is bad reviews from these fucking kids, that could really fuck with your money.
Right. Well, indie games is the part that it would really affect, because AAA games usually have no problem with that. It happens to even like Call of Duty if they're upset that they didn't pick the right setting, or if they put a woman on the fucking cover. So here's another thing that happens and that can work into review bombing here. If a game reviewer gives a game anything below an 8, that game journalist is gonna hear about it, and they're gonna get doxxed, harassed, shit on forever if they give a game anything below an 8, a game that is getting really good reviews on other sites. An example of that is somebody I like, Jim Sterling. He gave Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild a 7, and he gave Final Fantasy 13 back in the day, 2010, he gave it a 4. And those two numbers, the internet really, really hated him for, and harassed, death threats, the whole deal. He's used to it by now, and he's like a pro.
Listen, guys, I won't deal with it. I hate his fucking voice. I really do. I'm sorry.
You like Jim Sterling?
I know you're a big fan of him, but I can't stand his fucking voice.
It's very English. But...
Oh, it's the most English shit I've ever heard.
But he's amazing, though, because he hears that and goes, fuck you forever. I hate you. You're terrible. Fuck off.
Right.
He doesn't pay attention like you don't.
But like, how does he not get like doxxed? Eventually, someone's gonna get like close to him and like put out his personal shit and like bank account information, and you can only say go fuck yourself for so long before like something bad happens.
He's a pro, so I think he's pretty secure. He's got his security, but other game journalists haven't fared so well. And if you give... It's the idea that, you give a game a review that isn't like all the others, then therefore it drops the score on Metacritic, and therefore the game isn't considered the best of all time. And then the crowd that is behind that game, who loves it to death, is going to be very mad at you.
Why are people so worried about that shit? I don't understand. Call me fucking old.
I think it's
fucking
children.
dumb.
Yeah, I think it's just kids. But it is a thing that happens, and that unfortunately game websites give credit to. Like, ooh, look what's happening. And I go, who cares? They're kids.
Ooh, look what's happening. Ooh.
I love it. All right, that was bullshit. Let's just dig out some gems here, if any are here at all.
No gems to be found.
Probably none. This is the real boring side of video games. I know.
It's the dark side of video games. All right.
Why do you always give me that fucking voice? God damn it, always.
It's the dark side of video games.
You garbage man.
Garbage man.
I probably did sound like that, though. This is a thing that's very, very relevant. It's called Games as a Service. They're not selling you a full package video game anymore. They're selling you a piece of a video game.
Fucking DLC shit.
Yes. Okay.
Buy the ending.
Microtransactions and buy your cheat codes and
one big reason I don't feel bad about pirating.
Okay, right. That's why I agree with you there.
Yeah.
And the term is games as a service. They're selling you what they call an experience versus back in the day, and I'm talking fucking PS2 days. You get a full video game and that's it.
Yeah, like
you're done.
You don't have to pay $97 for the game and all the DLC when you can just have the full fucking thing. Fucking even early 360 days. I'm sure the first year of 360 had most of the game easily playable, full experience.
Yeah, I remember when DLC started just come out and I was like, oh, it's fine. And then nowadays, this is something Jim Sterling pushes a lot, is that they're not selling complete video games anymore.
No,
so
they stopped. They haven't done that in a long time now.
If you're buying Star Wars Battlefront 2 for $60 and then you're buying all the fucking maps separately, you're spending upwards of $100 on a service, on a thing that's continually updating and, versus a complete video game. Like,
Is your cat meow?
Yeah.
I love it.
she's sitting next to me yelling at me.
I probably should feed her.
Let Rocky go.
Oh God!
Poor guy's had too much. He wants to fuck some fucking chocolate shake.
let me feed her. Hold on.
What's the cat's name? Oh, you left. Well, fuck it. I'm gonna check my Instagram. Look at booby girls. Got so much snot. Ugh. Ooh.
Okay. That was a creepy laugh. All right. I promise I'm skipping through now. Skipping the more boring shit. So that was the issues section.
Garbage man.
Shit that just keeps coming back and forth. Now we're into the modern controversy section. The last section of the episode today.
This is when the turds start to taper off out of the asshole.
Okay, like here's an example of what this is going to be. Do you remember hot coffee?
Yeah, of course. GTA San Andreas.
Right, when you could fuck the
Carl's
girl.
Yeah, Carl? Was that name?
Yeah, it was Carl.
Carl's weird fucking O-face.
Yeah. So that mod, that was a big controversy of the time, and that brought up the whole idea of censorship and all that crap. It's like that, but more modern. Stuff
Right.
that's going on like that. So to dig back into the games as a service thing, the big culprit, and why some countries are actually cracking down on this now, like Belgium has laws in this now. Belgium considers loot boxes to be gambling.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, loot boxes?
I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
About, you get random shit
Yeah.
in a box
You have to
for
pay
playing a
for
certain amount.
a possibility good thing.
Yeah.
But probably a bad thing. Yeah.
Right. And you get maybe a good skin for a gun or something.
Yeah.
Or maybe not. So that's technically gambling, and now governments...
It kind of is, yeah.
So governments are finally going like, wait a minute, we have to actually regulate this because children are able to do this, in Overwatch and Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
And EA's loot boxes were so bad, and you only got the worst shit, and it was so exploitative that they got yelled at, and they had to take them out completely. It was when the wave finally broke of they were getting away with it for a while, but Battlefront 2 did it so grossly. See, and this is the power of voting in the government. Once a senator got involved and yelled at them directly, they took it seriously.
Right.
Versus when their fans were like, this is shitty.
Oh, yeah. It's like, who's going to listen to a bunch of fucking shitty kids when a real politician that could possibly affect your business?
Right.
You're like, yeah, no, guys, settle down.
So that's the power of, voting for good people who care about good games.
Yeah. But how many people in office care about games?
In
a positive light.
So the only government person who said anything at all to EA was a House of Representatives guy from Hawaii.
Oh, thank you.
It was
Hawaii.
nobody. It was one dude out of hundreds of government people.
Yeah.
But at least it was one. We had the one.
Well, thanks, Hawaii.
So do you remember back in the 90s, Mortal Kombat, especially, and then Doom, were yelled at for being violent?
Yeah, Al Gore. Or more specifically, Tipper Gore.
Oh, yeah. And Joe Lieberman.
Yeah.
I remember him.
And D. Snyder.
D. Snyder?
He defended the whole thing. Not with video games, just with he was under attack by Al Gore and he had to fight that bitch.
Right, because music was in there too. Anyway, that's how the parental advisory thing, and then that's how the ESRB, the rating system for games, came about.
Yep.
So the thing is, that keeps, of course, popping up here and there. It never goes away. Back in, 09 or something, Arnold Schwarzenegger tried to start up another anti-video game thing.
Did he really? What did he do? What did he try?
He was trying to say the violent video games were fucking with people again. All bullshit, of course.
Oh, that'll come back every 5 to 10 years.
Yeah, and then the California other guy, his name is Leland Yee. He was supporting Arnold in his fight, but then it turns out Leland was so corrupt and stealing so much money.
Oh, good.
In other words, he was committing his own BS, meanwhile trying to shit on video games.
He was just deflecting, yeah.
So because of all that, and here's the important part, the Supreme Court made video games protected speech. They can't fuck with it anymore, period. I think it was 2005 or something.
That's fantastic.
So now games are protected, as every other art form is.
What was the first game you ever saw a pair of tits in?
Oh my god, that's a good question. Oh, Tony Hawk. Private Carrera?
I mean, bare tits.
No, she had nips. She had obvious nips.
She did have nips, yeah, you're right.
To me, it was might as well have been.
Mine was God of War 1. It was not the opening cutscene, but it was early game where like he was laying around with a bunch of fucking big-titted naked Greeks that he like must have pleasured because they were sleeping, and I was like, "What?" It was the best day of my life.
Even though you've seen plenty of real tits by then, digital tits, that's different.
The tits were into my favorite media platform, and I was like, it was a big deal for me. Oh, the best.
Sorry, it's still not the Areola episode. Small little things left to go. I'm going to try to zip through them. Ready?
Yep.
Final Fantasy 15. I know you haven't played it yet, even though you own it.
Oh yeah, I do have it. Still wrapped, my man.
Thank you, by the way. You got that for me for my birthday.
Did I? I don't remember.
God damn. No memory. It has a hardcore tie-in with cup noodles.
Like the food?
The ramen.
Yeah.
No joke. There's a whole quest line where you have to go kill a behemoth, one of those big purple things.
Yeah.
And you have to get meat from the behemoth to put in your cup noodles. You go back to the city, and the cup noodles guy wearing a cup noodles hat says, "Your cup noodles are going to be delicious." And you go, cup noodles.
Is that like a joke, or is it like really just a marketing thing?
It's 1000% a completely serious marketing thing.
I never minded it, to be honest. When I saw like shit like that in games, it didn't really bother me.
But they made it a quest line.
I know, it's funny. I don't mind. Like, it's Pepsi Man. It's funny.
It was ridiculous, of course. Like ramen. What are you fucking doing? But
I have nothing against that. As long as it's like in that ridiculous vein, I'll never give a shit. The day they started like putting commercials in the middle of gameplay. Excuse me, I'm getting over a cold. In the gameplay.
That's kind of what it was. It was a commercial for fucking cup noodles.
Yeah, but it sounds ridiculous enough where it's not a big deal. It sounds funny.
All right. Here's something that I just learned recently. There are, collector's editions of video games.
Yeah.
They give you a statue and a scarf and a choker.
Fallout 76 has a real power armor helmet you can get.
Oh, yeah. And the one year they came out with a Pip-Boy, you can put your phone in.
Yeah.
So now they're selling those without the game included.
Why?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, I'm
not making that up.
I'm not against that either, I guess.
But they sell you the bundle of all the statue, whatever, $100, $200, no game. They literally give you a steel case or a case.
Wait, it's not like at a different price?
Yeah, with no disc in it.
What? Why? Who's they? Who are these fucking back alley fucking...
It's EA. It's Activision. It's Call of Duty. It's Mass Effect. It's all the big
would they
titles.
Even... Like, if you offer the collector's edition items with no game, fine, but don't give me a fucking empty box. Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, I just learned about this recently. I was like, why is this even... Yeah, it's a thing, apparently.
Super weird.
Yeah. I'm just updating you at this point. I'm trying to get your fucking perspective. You're just like, weird. Anyway, I love
weird.
chocolate.
Too late for a shake now.
No, it's not. Come on. Maybe. Most recent thing, Battlefield 5 is coming out, and people are very upset there is a woman on the cover.
Is it like a sexualized woman that's like sexy?
Nope. It's 1000% just soldier armor.
Wow, let me see. Oh, yeah. What's wrong with this? She's badass.
So their excuse is that women weren't... It takes place in World War II. Women weren't in World War II.
Why is an excuse needed? It's a good fucking cover. People are fucking stupid. It's
the idea that it's the idea that like they secretly hate women, but they're saying, well, they weren't on the front line, so how could she be on the cover?
All right, I want to ask you a question. Let me give you something.
Please.
I'm curious to see what your opinion is on this because you can probably guess mine. The CEO of Twitter had to, and this has nothing to do with video games. Fuck it.
Oh, good.
Fuck it. CEO of Twitter he was forced to apologize for eating Chick-fil-A during Pride Month. What are your thoughts on that?
Eating it where?
I don't know.
Wait, take a selfie of himself eating it? You know what I mean? Like, what was the...
Listen,
how do people know that
I read the headline. What do you want from me?
How do people know he even fucking ate it?
I don't know.
I'm gonna go find out before I give you an answer. It's important.
Does it really matter? It's not like I doubt he took a selfie holding a chicken sandwich and the caption said, "Fuck homos."
Got it. Okay. He posted a screenshot of an app he was using, a notification on an app he was using that gave him 10% back on a purchase at Chick-fil-A. So yeah, it proved that he went there and
sure.
Whatever.
What are your thoughts on it?
I hate Chick-fil-A because they're anti-gay.
Right, but they're delicious, so go ahead.
But I also hate picking apart people's bullshit and turning it into a news story for clicks and likes. And
He was bullied to apologize for eating fucking lunch.
do you care do you care about him getting bullied? He's a millionaire.
No,
That's
I
my
don't.
point.
I just
Like,
think it
fuck
sucks
him.
that this is where it's at.
Yeah, but what matters more, I don't care if he's getting bullied. There's like teens getting bullied who can't defend themselves and don't have millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? I say fuck him, bully him into the dirt. I don't care either way.
Why? Just because he's rich?
Because he can afford to just not be bothered by it. You know?
I know. It just sucks. It just sucks that this is where we're at. Like, a guy can't even fucking eat lunch. Like, even what he eats for lunch is fucking criticized.
Well, it's because he's the Twitter CEO. If he were just some asshole, no one would give a shit. The problem is that the Twitter, and we talked about this on social media, the Twitter has been so bad at harassment issues and Nazis and shit.
Yeah.
That he's always coming under fire for this shit. And meanwhile, he's like, hey, I'm eating at the anti-gay chicken place. Fuck you. That was the connotation, I guess.
Do you really think he thought about it when he went and got a chicken sandwich?
No.
I doubt it.
But him tweeting out the screenshot was dumb as shit because he should have expected people would react that way. Because he owns the platform. He should know how people use it, which is stupidly.
Maybe he just didn't. I didn't know Pride Month personally. Maybe he didn't either.
Yeah, what do you mean? We just filmed the gay episode. You didn't know it was Pride Month.
I thought it was Pride Month.
I said Happy Pride. Don't you remember?
No.
Last thing, I promise. A big thing is Steam allowing really hateful games on their service.
Hateful games?
One is called Active Shooter, where you play a school shooter.
Oh, I heard about this, yeah.
Okay, there you go. There's another one called AIDS Simulator. They're cheap, they're thrown together, they're bullshit.
Oh, they're not like good games?
No.
I'm down for an offensive game, but if it's just like cheap fucking nonsense.
They're always garbage and they're thrown together really quick, and they're given these titles so that we'll write a news story about it and they'll get bought. Steam was flip-flopping. They're like, well, we can't take it down, we will take it down, we won't, and then they finally did. Remember Steam Greenlight? Remember that?
Yeah.
It's the idea that they're leaving quality control up to the audience, us, versus actually looking at the games being put on their platform by random developers and being like, well, that one can't come on here because it's clearly shit.
They're trying to trim the fat. I get it. There's a lot of junk.
No. The argument is that they're not trimming the fat at all.
Oh, I thought they were.
Unless you speak up.
Point it out.
Yeah, unless you say, hey, Active Shooter is really an insensitive game, please take it down. Then they will. You know what I'm saying?
I thought they got rid of Greenlight just because there was too much shit coming through.
That was part of the deluge of bullshit, yeah. And that's why they got rid of it. But they still allow all kinds of horrible...
Deluge of Bullshit is a book I'm writing on my 6 years with you in the industry of we are.
It just bumped up to 6 all of a sudden.
It feels like 6. Anime was a year... I'm adding on just because it was exhausting.
Was this episode exhausting?
Oh, yeah.
You don't like this episode? You don't like learn about the games industry and all the bullshit in it?
No, it's good. It's I don't know how entertaining it's going to be to these fuckheads.
That's why I trimmed the shit out of it.
All 4 of them.
About 20. Don't worry, it'll end. This year, probably.
Oh, boy.
Do you feel or care or feel happy that you know more now about the medium you like so much?
I don't think I learned much in this one.
Didn't you?
Like, I kind of knew everything we've talked about already, more or less.
What about like collector's editions without the game, or the Supreme Court ruling that games are free speech? Or
I like that. I didn't know that at all.
Or people being angry that girls are kissing in games still.
That's fucking silly. But that's going to be in any medium. You're going to see that in movies. If you see fucking the next Tomb Raider movie and she's kissing a girl for whatever reason, they're going to fucking outrage at that. That just doesn't matter what platform it's on. It's going to happen no matter what.
So do you not like feel the need to speak up about like shit in the games industry? Like if you
I don't
see
think
something...
I have a right to since I fired the shit out of everything.
Actually, good point.
I just want to hide and just keep doing what I'm doing.
You're not exactly a customer, so you can't quite speak up.
I'd like to just sit in the dark and just take what I can.
Like, okay, I know you know this. Do you remember when the Mass Effect 3 ending was really hated?
Yeah, they had to add on to it.
And then because people spoke up and hated it so much, they did change it. How do you feel about that?
I mean, it sucks because people are fucking babies and a lot of people feel like they have a voice and they really fucking don't.
Well, they want to. And they feel entitled to because they bought it for
entitled,
$60.
thank you. The entitled is a big word. But just a lot of fucking babies. It's hard to say because that example you just gave me, the change was for the better.
As far as you know, what if the
But
ending
if there was
fine?
an outrage about the Battlefield 5 cover, that change wouldn't be for the better. It's really just depends on situation.
Well, what would it take you to get you to care then about all these little stupid gaming related issues?
Oh, nothing. I'm on the sideline just stealing shit.
Got it. The riot is going on, and you're like, "Oh, broken window, free TV." I'll take it.
Oh, that's exactly right.
And you fuck
That's
off.
a great metaphor. Yeah, I'm picking up the scraps.
After the riot's gone, you're like, "Ooh, free PS3."
I'm basically just playing Fallout in real life, but instead of like tin cans and shit, I'm just picking up games that are 8 years old.
Like, oh, someone's kind of stepped on, but it still works.
Ooh, Homefront came out in 2011. I'll take that.
Do you remember the controversy about that? Nope, but it's free.
What? My mind's too like numb at this point. What's the controversy? What do you mean?
Oh wait, I thought you were really asking me what that was. Every game is a fucking controversy now.
I didn't know there was a Homefront controversy.
Homefront takes place in the U.S., so it was like, this is terrorism. You're playing a terrorist game. Yeah, I know. All right, what would need to happen in the games industry for you to give a shit about it?
All the pirates dying, and I'm forced to buy games.
Oh, you mean all the people who give you those files to burn and shit?
Yeah.
For
Or if
360?
like they started sneaking in like crazy stealthy heavy duty viruses in every game torrent out there.
You'd think they would have done that by now.
Yeah, but pirates are smarter than most people give them credit for, and they'll figure anything out.
All right, this is the most important question, and we'll wrap it up. Did this episode convince you to register to the vote before the next election?
Oh yeah, me and Tipper Gore are going to the Great Hall, whatever that place is called.
Ooh, the Great Hall!
The Great Hall of
what that
Feasting.
building's called? Never mind. Fuck it. What did you learn?
That Anita Sarkeesian's pussy smells. Wait, did nobody said that? Never mind.
No, but they did make a Flash game where you can beat her up and turn her face in a bunch of bruises.
What's it called? I want to bookmark it. It's called Beat Up Anita Sarkeesian.
There you go.
Wow, that's on Newgrounds. I'm gonna bookmark this.
Oh God, you can see the cut on her face.
The poorly fucking
yeah
shader tool that turned her lips darker and bruised.
Yeah, so that's what she was dealing with for saying that women should be better in games or something.
Yeah, I like her hoop earrings. I always was a fan of those.
I also like her black eye. She deserves it anyway. Rocky, sorry. Suggest topics you care about on Twitter and Instagram at Headache Heroes. Please subscribe on iTunes.
Can we have like a
ratings.
sex episode too soon? Talk
let me
about
see
sexy
my notes
things.
Here. Do you want to
I want to talk about wet apples.
you fucking hated that. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I guess I don't have to see it here. I want to talk about it. I love talking gross. I love talking sexy. I love talking gross.
Oh, I do have a sex one.
Good.
It's way down the line,
Nope,
though.
we gotta push it up before we end it. Before one of us quits.
Oh, one of us. Or dies, really.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fall off a cliff into a creek somewhere.
Yeah, the way you were just exploring nature lately, I don't see that as...
That's mostly a porn thing.
Yeah.
Like talking about porn as a negative or positive thing.
Why would it ever be negative?
Who That's the point of the podcast.
What kind of person would call porn negative?
Please subscribe. That's another time. Sorry.
Dip me
I'll bump
in a
it up for
public
you.
blowjob
Okay.
video.
Subscribe on iTunes and please leave ratings and reviews. It helps us out. Head to mattrocky.com. Yeah, maybe. It doesn't matter. Head to mattrocky.com for 5 years worth of videos, please.
Just fucking do it. It's better than this shit.
You think? Oh, the anime? I don't know if you'd agree with that.
I meant the video game shit.
And hey, because, I mean, this is probably going to definitely wrap up, even if the podcast keeps going. Please support us on Patreon because that shit's so low at this point, I might just kill it. I think I just sent you like $10 on PayPal.
Yeah, it was great timing, actually, because I'm super low on money.
If you want to support us, we'd appreciate it.
We'll probably be back to anime soon because we need money, so, you know.
Well, that's our cue. Rocky's losing it. He needs his chocolate smoothness. Sorry, this went on for so long. I am going to shoot myself in the foot in Fallout New Vegas. What do you got to go play?
I'm going to shoot ropes on your foot.
That took all the air out of my body. I just deflated. Bye.
Bye.
Boop, boop. Mario. Don't forget to jump.
Wahoo!